All right, last night, if you watched my video, you saw how this was making a funky noise. And what's that all about, right? I don't know. It's the morning time. The glow plug is up. I spray my tires out here in the driveway. See that? You can see where I sprayed. What I learned years ago. If you spray your tire spray in your shop or driveway, yeah, it's a disaster. All right, I'm gonna hook up the big trailer and the adventure begins on what am I doing, right? Oh, I think most people know what I'm doing. Is my Raptor going to be my way to get this thing out of there? I don't think it is. So let's see how it plays out here. Yeah, is the used car lot growing again? Yeah. Interesting how the engineers designed this truck back in 2014. And here's your big screen, right? And they put the other screen. I wonder if you can change that. So there, that would be more appropriate here. Okay, but look here. See this? Here makes no sense. Here's your camera. Look. So I think somebody screwed up. I think somebody screwed something up because that's showing this being off the tailgate. But all right, let's see here. Maybe it changes up top. No. So see, it makes no sense. See here, it's just much more difficult to see now. Little camera. Even though back in the day, that would be like, hey, that's pretty cool. You know what I mean? It's hard to see. Yes, I'm not lined up right. I gotta get over more. I'm gonna have to move my truck. Yeah, the Raptor's gotta get moved. All right, I think that this car got charged. How do you mean? You think on this exterior thing, it kind of tell you, but once you get in the car, I mean, look, see there, all the bars are lit up. So I guess. All right, how about the noise, right? So let's start this bad boy up. Yeah, how about that little throaty exhaust, right? Wait till the supercharged Predator motor comes in. This thing's so clean. My gut instinct says put this thing in the garage. All right, listen to this bad boy. I mean, is that just cool or what? Yeah, I didn't have that same exhaust note as last night. Some gentleman was making a comment that it was like the regen or something. I like how people watch my videos and give me ideas. That's pretty cool. So, and then one gentleman had a pretty lengthy conversation about the electric vehicle, and he was kind of asking me a question. For me as a YouTuber, I feel bad if I can't respond to somebody's, request for information, because I know some of these bigger guys, they have these YouTube channels and you try to kind of interact with them and you can't because they're too big, and it's just kind of like aggravating because you make comments to them, they never acknowledge your comments. And I get it. You get to a certain size YouTube channel, you'd have to have full-time people basically working for you to respond to all the comments. Yeah, I mean, seriously. So I get it. Kids saying don't. All right, now back to, can we get the truck in here, right? Yeah, I think it can. But I need to get straightened out better. All right, now we do the walk around, make the trailer's okay. The lights are working. Flashers are working. I need to paint that bottom. Oh my goodness gracious. All right, gracious. How's that look, huh? See, my other F-250 Tremor is perfect for this trailer, and these other trailers isn't matched. I gotta go white versus the old other color. Better make sure I got the keys to this thing and nothing's in there, right? Yeah, I think there's nothing in there. Now, what's pretty cool about the Ram, you can flip these mirrors up. See here? Look at that. Yeah, look how dirty that is. I didn't clean that, did I? So that makes it now. Look how dirty that mirror is. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna clean that up. It's gonna be the same way. Nobody thought of that, did they? Look at that. Look at trash. So now it gives you that much better view down the line. So all sounds good today. So Yeah, I just can't keep track. All these damn trailers of, like, what do we use this thing for? Yeah, I had 4 motorcycles going to Tennessee. Remember that? Yeah, that was just back on August 26th, Labor Day weekend. So I got enough straps in here, so I pull the unit in. Okay, we're good to go on that. So yeah, so that was all, this trailer was down to Tennessee with 4 motorcycles. Four motorcycles go down? Jesus Christ, yeah. I took the 2 Indians and 2 Hondas down. Then I brought back the 2 Hondas and the 2 Harleys. Oh my gosh, how do you keep track of all this stuff, right? Yeah, I'm with you. Hey puppies, wow, it's starting to warm up. Beautiful day. Where's the wife, right? That hot pepper red has a whole different look, and it's a whole different color when that sun hits it. Like a more of an orangish kind of tint to it. See that? You kind of see that? I just love that color. There goes the wife driving the Maverick. Yeah, and I think she's gonna love that thing. Who wouldn't? I mean, come on. I mean, that thing is so cool. I mean, even though I'm kind of bad, but that's who I am. I just kind of tell you the way I feel about it, but then I kind of start driving and think, yeah, I don't know. It's not too shabby, if you know what I mean. So she go out. She's so funny. My wife's such the, okay, good. She knows. Just the gate will close itself. There she goes. Yeah, I'll be amazed. She's like, you know what? I like it. I'll be amazed. Why wouldn't she? All right, pups, come on, get in the house. Everybody get in. It's getting hot. Jesus. Come on, pups, let's go. Come on. Everybody get in. Come on. Back in the day, I'd throw the dogs in the truck and everything, but oh my gosh, it just trashes the truck. It's so funny. The guy that works for me, it has that Dalmatian. That vehicle is just like my vehicles used to be. I mean, he's like copying me. I mean, I'm not lying. I used to ride on all day long with the Dalmatian, and it just trashes the interior. All right, hey, got my camo shirt on, got my John Deere hat on, and my appropriate tire to go buy a camo Gator. I think I am. So, all cleaned up. That's one thing about trucks and cars for me. So many years ago, that drive me nuts. Driving around a dirty car. Just like this front windshield, I can already tell. It's probably inside, has a film on it, does it? Yeah, it does. Yeah, well, forget it. All right, look at that. See, it's a huge difference. So what happens, so when you put these mirrors out like that, it just gives you that trailer a view, so you know if somebody's up there behind you. And that's just so crucial. So the right one now, are we going the right way? That one's a little bit more challenging, but not bad. But I like how the mirrors, though, the bottom mirrors kind of stayed proportional, so that's good. All right, get the hell out of here, right? Quit yakking. Go get your damn Gator. We've heard you talk about it for 3 freaking days, right? I was like, just go get the freaking thing. Would you just put it to bed? You've been luring us on day in, day out. You haven't gotten the damn thing. You tell us you're gonna get it, but then you don't tell us you're gonna get it, right? I'm sick of it. Just go get the freaking thing, right? Okay. All right, trailer tow. The plus settings, probably want to go, yeah, 6 is good. And then tow haul, I kind of don't like that because it just doesn't shift right. Oh, my damn thing didn't close. Why not? There it goes. All right, here's the big official first tow with the Ram 3500, and let's see how this all plays out, right? As I can see it coming out, and but part of me says just go up the main road. You go on these back roads, you just tears this trailer up. I think I'm just gonna go up the main road this morning. It's just the back roads. What happens is these back roads, the trees grow into the roads, don't trim them, so it literally scrapes the hell out of the paint out of these trailers. I hate it. But where I'm positioned, see controls. I swear I had like a vented seat on, but I don't. So when I go, usually I go on the main road because I'm going somewhere, leaving to go to leave town. And this main road I live next to, it's a pain in the ass to get up the road. It's all locked down. But for today, see, here's Here's the ticket and how you pull that thing out. I think this truck just sounds so badass. I mean, I just love the way this thing sounds. The addiction to, I mean, you're just never going to get that out of these electric cars. You heard me talking earlier. I mean, electric vehicles, even myself, I mean, sincerely, really, I mean, if you buy a truck for 50 grand and you run it up and down the road, you know how long it takes you to spend $50,000 in fuel? So far, this thing's really strong. It's really nice on pulling this trailer like nothing, which I love that. You know, that's why I sold it up 250 Tremor. If anybody's following my channel, I know that was a really nice truck, and it took me a year and a half to finally come to closure to get the right deal. And I mean, it's just incredible how long it took me to get that vehicle, and then I let it go. But it's these Ram trucks, but it's half the debt. You know, that F-250 Tremor truck is a $100,000 vehicle. You know, these are $50,000, $60,000 vehicles. You know, so for me, as much as I tow, which it isn't a lot, and yeah, does it concern me that I go to Florida in this, and this thing decides to crap out on me? Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is concerning because it has high miles. It's definitely a risk, no doubt. It's not here, don't do that, because I can't. There's another guy coming up the road with a trailer just like me, and famous last words is like freaking. This road here ends up being the same problem up and down. But see here, there's not as much trees into the road. That other road I go over the mountain on, the trees are going to the road, and these guys don't bring the machines in to trim them back. Hey, this thing rocks. Yeah. And it's just crazy to think that this vehicle here has like 850 foot-pounds. It has like 850 foot-pounds of torque, and then the F-250 Tremor and the newer diesels and Cummins are 1,000+ foot-pounds of torque. But you know what? For the most part, it's just like anything else. You're riding around a 500 horsepower car versus 800 horsepower. You know, for the most part, you're happy for the most part. It's just when you get into stupid, want to be a madman. All right, how's this road here? So this is where it gets. This is the Saturday traffic. It's not bad yet, but tell you what, I talk about a lot. All the vineyard people that used to have all these people come out of the city. Here's the Charity Pro. Pretty cool color. Yeah, the guy, guarantee that guy paid $60,000 for that Charity Pro. I guarantee it. So, all right, we're gonna do a break here. Pull it out. Don't get run the freaking. All right. So now, you know, this is just a much better way to get up the road. Listen to the diesel, man. This thing's just badass. I mean, come on. And this thing just rocks. Now, there's not any weight in the trailer, but at the same time, that trailer's got some weight. I'm gonna put my windows up because otherwise you guys can't hear me talk. It gets to be obnoxious. Yeah. So I think I published another video. I don't even know. I'll have to check. I'll do that right now. All right. The road's getting a little silly like it always does. You know, the used car market. I was talking earlier in the morning about the used car market. And so for me, you know, I've been talking in great length over the last used car values. So just for like me, you know, I just went out and paid premium price for these two Ram trucks. You know, $50,000 trucks basically. So these now worth 40 grand. So when times get rough, you know, it's just a $40,000. I mean, no doubt wholesale, no doubt $40,000. But retail, I would say still 45. You know, but at the same time, I talked in great length about yesterday about how it's a different market. And even that gentleman for that I was talking about this morning that works at a big mega automotive group that's the financial analyst of the car market, you know, he talked about used cars and he's saying they're going to get flooded in the market. And he talked about how a lot of car dealers are not letting people know that the used car market's going south, and they're still playing the hardball game of getting premium money for cars because, you know, all sincereness, for Ford dealers, for sure, it's all about the used cars now making monies. And because of what we've talked about so many times, Ford's not going to stock new car inventory. But at the same time, I don't know, man. It's such a supply chain issue still with new cars, and isn't getting any better. So is there really just a flood of used cars where the dealers have to start giving them up to get rid of them. And the only reason I said earlier that would change is because the banks start saying no. That's the only way I see that really playing out, is that the banks get much stricter on their lending guidelines. And that's what the guy said yesterday. He's making claims in his video that when the Fed's handing out money left and right, the bank's position is, if we get ourselves in dire straits, the Fed will just bail us out. I mean, is that really the right business model to follow? I mean, that's kind of like you saying to yourself that you're going to run up so much debt that eventually you just raise your hand and just file bankruptcy. I mean, sincerely, if you're a business, that's how you operate. You're looking for somebody else to bail you out. I mean, what's so aggravating about that is these are big CEOs of big businesses that make a bloody fortune. And even when times get hard, they're still making a bloody fortune. It's ridiculous. So to hear that, is he factual? I don't know. It's dangerous. One individual gets on a YouTube channel and starts mouthing off and makes claims. Is it factual? I can believe it. I've talked about this many times. I think that the banks are going to have no choice but to eventually raise their hand and say the losses are starting to prevail, and we have to take a new direction on lending money to people because that the losses are starting to overtake the profits. Yeah, so very interesting. I think it's going to be so interesting here, the fourth quarter this year going to first quarter next year, of does the used car market just fall apart? I think it's 50-50, just because of all the variables that are out there. Definitely demographic. You know, there's just certain areas, like this area I live in, it's so government based. It's borderline insulated. It isn't like this area won't go through hardships, but it's not like the rural areas in this country where people lose their job. I mean, you know, this still, it aggravates me. And I'm sorry if you're a federal employee or you're a state employee, but it aggravates me that during the pandemic I got destroyed because of the federal government and state government's guidelines to protect everybody from dying. Okay, get all that. But all the federal employees and state employees, I'm not saying every state employee, but federal employees, you know, maybe in a small percentage it didn't, they all got their guaranteed checks. So I'm just radiating back to you and relating back to you that this DC, Virginia, Maryland area, it's so insulated because it's a federal government's base of workers. And there's been many politicians that have wanted to just boot this area being so heavily government run and government business that he wanted to relocate a lot of the government to other states, but it's never going to happen. It's not going to happen. And guess who's moved into the area? And think this through. Jeff Bezos moved his office. New York basically didn't even want anything to do with him, which a lot of New Yorkers thought that was a huge mistake. So you remember when Jeff Bezos went shopping for new headquarters? And Virginia ended up being the place for him to settle his, make his home. Microsoft, there's so many Silicon Valley-based businesses, tech companies out of California that have moved here. They moved to Texas, but why are they moving here? Well, it's because they're right next to the lobbyists and the politicians are right in their own backyard. It's like that's in their back pocket, And I talk about this numerous times. My channel, YouTube videos, is that you're arguing over a president in office, over a different president in office, and what's so sad about that is these are individuals that are being powered by the big guys. So, there's a very fine line there where you really believe that the sitting president, really what he's doing is really his ideas. No, it's big business is behind the agenda. So, but anyways, going back to this morning's conversation on used cars, I just seems to be interesting on, and me, I've got mixed feelings on how that plays out. I really saw a clear picture of this year, how it would start to play out. There's no doubt in my mind that this year, this steep belt's not positioned right, but I'll fix that in a second. I really felt where we're going, I just felt very strong, and I've been pretty damn accurate. This used car market, I think I don't think it's going to be as cut and clear on that. I'm not so sure it's just going to go really south. I don't know. I mean, you know, once again, that's kind of to me, it's kind of cloudy to me because there's just so many variables. And like the red-eye Charger Hellcat. Yeah, what happened to that? My buddy yesterday texted me a picture of a beautiful Hellcat wide-body red-eye Charger. And part of me is like, I don't want to buy it. It's too much money. I don't want to do it. But the other part of me is like, that damn thing would make me money if I buy it. So, I don't know. My attitude is, that car that they just found, if you saw pictures of it, you'd be like, oh, yeah. So, I'll be blown away if they don't just go get the vehicle. There's not, what the money they're trying to get out of it is very reasonable. So, even if I didn't take it, somebody else would take that thing in a heartbeat, especially their demographics. Once again, it's that Baltimore area is riding off the DC government's base. Defense contractors, oh my gosh, IT guys, it's massive. So yeah, so that's what I'm saying is, in the used car market on these niche vehicles, I cannot see those things taking a big hit. I think the ICE cars are going to go through the roof. I think the Mopar side, the Hellcats, I think between now and next year, those things are going to continue to gain value. I do not see those things losing value. I don't see it. That's not a dime a dozen product in the market. All right, we're making our way. Wonder how the wife's liking the Maverick. I think she's going to love it. But here's the Dane. Be like, well, what would you get rid of if I like this? I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying mom. Yeah, in all reality, that car there is not a huge expense, so realistically it's not a big deal to keep that. So, you know, that isn't really what it's all about. It's more about, I brought it up here to see if it makes sense to have it, or it's one of those things that, I'm not excited about it, you're not excited about it, we're getting rid of it. But right now, actually, I'm very excited about it, and the wife, I think, is very excited about it. So yeah, so how does that play out? But right now, I'm on the page of maybe selling a few of my motorcycles, the Hondas. The kid is growing out of the Honda Rebel 500. She doesn't want it, so I've already talked to my Honda dealer. And in the market on my own, I could pretty much get rid of that and be all right. The four-wheeler, I can sell that and make a chunk of, I can make decent money off of it. I can get what I paid for it. And then the Africa Twin, same thing. So right now, it's just incredible how more than ever in my life I buy things and I can actually sell them, and I'm not writing a check to get rid of it. I mean, that's usually the case. And if anybody out there, you know that, but it's all different. It's like this Gator today. I'm not embellishing. I could buy this Gator today. If I wasn't paying sales tax on it, that's what gets you, is the sales tax. I could very easily turn around and sell this thing and probably make $2-3 grand off of it, especially next year, because the 2023s are $2,500 more than the 2022s, which is crazy. And then my tractor I own, my 4000 series tractor right now, I could literally, I'm not going to do it because the problem is you go back to buy it. That's the challenge. You go back and buy it again. Just like for me, I had a Hellcat Charger that I sold 2 summers ago, and in hindsight, I should have kept it. But in all sincereness, I got pretty good money for it 2 summers ago, so to continue to make payments on it, but I've really been ahead, not per se. And I just was more on that was back when my financial hardships were going on, and wow, so now for me, I mean, I got to tell you what, the times have changed, and actually for me right now, it's pretty awesome. Yeah. I thank God. Yeah, you have no idea how beat up I've gotten financially. But right now, am I kind of back? For the moment, I'm back. Yeah, am I riding to the top of that mountain right now? I sure am. Yes, so thank God. Say your prayers and count your blessings, is what they say. I just love the way this truck sounds. I'm sure you can hear it. Pulling a shredder, this thing's awesome. And really, it's gonna be fun is when I put like a car in it and I tow with it. I think this thing's gonna be just badass. I mean, just awesome. I mean, what's the odds of this? I'm no different than anybody. The car gods, now the utility vehicle gods. I mean, what the hell's going on? Now, see, I'm driving the main roads where this trailer's not getting all beat up. So, and it's the right time of day to do it. All right, follow me along as I yabba dabba do, right? On the Saturday adventures. Yeah, I forgot to mention, see this little weather tech thing right here? This enables you to put your phone in there, and you can put your Waze on, and you got the same things you got up here. Remember I was talking earlier about that? I sincerely believe more than ever people would take the price cuts and I'll take delivery of a new car now instead of waiting for all this stuff I just don't want. Enough said, right? You know, something I totally forgot to share this. So this truck here, it doesn't have the walk. I talk about this in many of my videos. So this truck here, it doesn't do the walk like the Fords do. The Ram truck is like it's on rails. That's my biggest gripe about the Ford Super Duty products, is you're constantly fighting the steering wheel as you go down the road. I don't know what it is about the Ford product where it walks. I mean, it's very challenging. And the Ram truck, it just doesn't do that, you know. And this has a big ass tires on it. So in all reality, for this truck here, not to be much of a, walking down the road, and as old as it is, with the miles, I mean, I should be talking about this truck being all over the road compared to my F-250s, because, it's an older truck with big ass wide tires on it, and it's just incredible. And that's why I say, the Ram truck is the best tow truck you can buy. And keep in mind, there's variables there. What I mean by that, Cummins motor, and then the heavy duty transmission, the ASIN or ASIN, the AISIN transmission setup. I think those two combinations, it's the best tow truck you can get out there. And because the Fords, and I've mentioned, I even talked to you about my dealers. It's like, man, these the F450 dualies I've had, badass looking trucks, really nice setups, but they walk. It's like that Jeep type of thing where the damn things walk. So it's a very challenging going down the road when you're in those 70, 75 mile an hour speeds, towing, and that front end, it's just a never ending, really, it wears you out. So for me, when I do those long trips in those trucks, and how do I know? Because I had a Ram 3500 truck, which I should have probably never parted with, and that truck was just like a freight train. I towed my big car hauler to Florida with that vehicle, and this is interesting. So for this here, how am I gonna make the, well, I guess I can back it out. I could back it out, or I can back it in. I think maybe I'll back it in. Oh, there's my unit right there. There it is. It's sitting there waiting for me. So, all right, let's see what we do here. How do I make this all play out? Get creative. All right, here he is. Here's the moment of truth, right? You come off the money and get it, or do you sit on the sidelines and don't do nothing? All right, the deal went down. The deal went down. Now it's time to load her up, start her up, see how she sounds, take her home, see if I can get her in the trailer. Make sure the top, a lot of times these utility vehicles, they're set up where you can't get them in your trailer because they're too tall. All right, did they give me a full tank of gas? Yeah, this thing sounds so good. Another gentleman just came in here and he has one of these. He loves it. Doctor, actually. All right, so let's put this thing in gear. Can I? Or you gotta put on the brake? Oh, you gotta put on the brake. High. Okay. I want to go low. We got anything here I'm gonna hit, right? Famous last words, right? She hit something. So now I gotta go down there and go over there. I'll have to take it and spin it around, if you know what I mean. So if I go up the grass up there, yeah, I'll do that. That'll work. Make sure she runs. You know what I mean? Double check her. Four-wheel drive. It's two-wheel drive. There we go. Right there she is. All right. Now, Jimmy Man here will tell me if I'm going to hit or not, right? And see here, man, look at this here. I mean, it's so wide. So I don't even know if that motorcycle trailer, I don't think that thing would have fit. How am I looking? I think I'll put this thing in low. Can I get it in low? I'm good. I mind my wheel wells. Look at that there. Wheel wells okay?
Yeah.
Boy, I tell you what. I don't. Wow. Yikes. Really? That close, huh? Oh my gosh. You know, I had another utility vehicle that I did hit that in my trailer. It was a total bummer. I mean, it ruined that top. Alrighty, she's loaded, strapped down. I mean, probably going long. I would put cloth around this. You know, why didn't in the first place? You know, get the paint all goofed up. But she's locked down, rock solid. And boy, I tell you what, that's hard to believe that roof. Wow. So, you know, it's interesting. If I'd have brought my motorcycle trailer up here, I'm not so sure this would have worked out the way I thought. So, all right, follow me along, right? Can't get that thing off. Yikes. All right, so what does this thing do now? I can't believe this thing would have much of a tow issue with that little featherweight thing, right? Hey, there you go. Beautiful up here. All right, New Virginia tractor, thank you. Thank you for helping me get another pretty cool thing. You know, a year ago, there was like nothing there. Oh, the change of times. Right. All right, so how this brakes, you know, you kind of set the things. I think I better put a little bit more energy in it. How's that do right there? You know, without getting the trailer to lock up. The pipe. You know, I'm sure some people that are kind of the John Deere, you know, the Gator, you know, why wouldn't you have gotten the diesel? Why wouldn't you have gotten the diesel Gator? You know, it's good. I mean, if it would have been a diesel, would I have picked it up? Yeah, picked it up. But I mean, it's a Gator. It's not like it's a work machine like a tractor is, if you know what I mean by that. So for me, the gas is fine. The only downside of the gas is if you don't manage your fuel, you know, adding a fuel additive to the fuel, then yeah, and you don't drive that thing a lot, yeah, that thing turns into a fiasco where the fuel, you know, ends up screwing up the fuel injection and everything. So yeah, that scenario there, that's where the diesel kind of plays out a little better for you. And yeah, I'm sure people always be like, yeah, but the diesel will be more sought after. I don't know about that. I mean, in all reality, the diesel has less power, has more torque. I just can't see it, really. So, I'm very happy with what I got. And another gentleman there bought one 8 months ago, and he just loves it. Now, he was checking mine out, and his position was, damn, I wish I had this. I mean, literally, he was like, wow. And apparently the guy that I was talking to is a doctor, and it was pretty funny. He sounds like me to a degree. So the guy's a doctor. He sold his big farm. He retired from his doctor's, you know, business or whatever, and he went and did something else. Well, he didn't like it, so he bought back his farm. And now he's buying back all new equipment again. Yeah, remember I was telling you the other day that I witnessed this when I was in the lawn and garden equipment industry back in 2007 and 8. I would meet the guy that just bought the nice property, and then the next thing on his checklist was to go out and buy all his, you know, implements and tractors to enable him to be able to work the property. And then, you know, 50, 60, 70, 80, $100,000 later, yeah, so does my plan work out? Nice Tremor right there. It's definitely a great truck. You can watch my YouTube channel. I can't emphasize enough of that Tremor truck is so much fun. But that one there, it looks like it's jacked in the back end. What's that all about? I don't know. That was a big complaint. A lot of people, they felt like that Tremor didn't sit level. All right, We got the putters. This person here is I got traffic's picking up, so I'm going back in, but I just don't want to go down the back route. Turn off. All right, yeah. Enough said, right? Yeah, we'll kind of leave it at that. Where you watch my YouTube, watching and listening, and yeah, it's the Gator day. Yeah, I bought a Gator. I did it, and yeah, I don't think there's much more to talk about that. So hope everybody's enjoyed the video this Saturday, and tomorrow will be the Sunday morning conversations and car meet, and we'll talk about that more tomorrow. So till then, unless something unique is going on, I don't think you're going to see me. So hope everybody has a great Saturday. And up here in the north, it's just beautiful weather. So I hope everybody has a blessed day, and God bless.